Hey Pisceans, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your May general reading here, first half of May. So in the meditation, it's very exciting. So I was taken to the platform of the Eurostar, which is the train that runs through Europe, and I saw you guys standing at at a London station on the platform, waiting for this train to come in. And the reason it feels like it's important that it's the Eurostar, there is this particular, at the London station, at Pancras Station, not Pancreas, Pancras Station, there's this like, it's a large bronze sculpture of two people embracing and kissing, and it says, I forget exactly what it says, but it's something along the lines of like, just to be near you, or can't wait to see you, or so happy. It's sort of like a very like, joyous embrace of two people reuniting. And it feels like you guys were the Piscean collective. I felt like I was waiting on this platform for this train to come in, and I felt so excited. Like it was that energy of someone coming to visit who you've been apart from for a while. We don't have to take this literally. This is me naming this excitement that I'm feeling, this energy that I'm feeling of like, I've been waiting for this person to come in, I've been planning, and I got the whole house clean, and I got mapped out what we're going to do, and I know where we're going to go to dinner tonight, and oh my God, I can't wait to do this, and I'm going to show them this. It's that excitement of like, and that kind of energy. And when I saw the Piscean collective stand in the middle of the platform, and I saw these words like go in like a half circle and said wishes fulfilled. It really feels like this is a time of deep pleasure, happiness. I feel in love. I feel in love is the feeling. Like excited in love. This can be feeling in love with a new practice that you're starting, with a new line of work, with a actual romantic love, but it feels like excitement. That kind of excitement when you're about to see someone you haven't seen in a while, or meeting someone new, or starting a new line of work, or starting a new practice of some sort where I'm really into this now. I'm really getting into it. It's that excited like early days feeling of just like, oh my God, I'm so obsessed with this and I can't wait to get back to it. That's the energy that I'm picking up on for y'all. It feels really, really good. It feels just like, I also got this sense of like, no, this is your birthday season, which is really interesting because I don't exactly remember, but from what I do recall, I feel like y'all's birthday season was a bit more medicinal, as opposed to like, yay, like it's your freaking birthday, woo! Like I hope for some of y'all it was like that, like, but I feel like it was a bit more tempered somehow. This feels like I'm getting this strong. No, now is your birthday season. So there's something about you getting what you want, or something you didn't know you wanted, or really being deep in the joy of something. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and see what your cards have to say. All right, Pisceans, let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is for the first half of May here with all this excitement. This makes so much sense. We got 2 for 1. The dolphin came out and the lion. Brilliant. Oh my God. Okay, let's start with the dolphin. So the dolphin, this is exactly what it is. First of all, y'all know that, when you get an animal for the time frame that is of your same element, that is always very auspicious. Water for water, looking good. This is definitely in my top 3 favorite animal energies in this deck, because this is an Ace of Cups / 6 of Cups hybrid, which is really interesting given your meditation. But this is, Ace of Cups is a lot of love. Dolphin medicine is excitement. It's joy. This is the joy key right here. So this is brilliant. This is absolutely perfect. Why this is a 6 of Cups hybrid is because there's an aspect of this that goes to childhood, or having that excitement in that present moment existence, right? I'm really into this. I'm really obsessed with this. I really can't wait to do this. Yes, it's that feeling. So this is exactly in line with what I saw in your meditation. This is really, really brilliant. Ace of Cups can also be a great romantic love, a great partnership of some kind. Again, with that bronze statue of like, I can't wait to see you again or till we meet again. There's something about that. It's really, really brilliant. You could even be going back to something that you used to be really obsessed with, and it's reawakened, or it's even from a past life. Or it's like, oh, I don't know how I know all this, or I'm good at this, but I'm really good at this, and I'm feeling this, and it's like a reawakening as well. It feels really, really good. Now, the lion is really interesting, but I have to tell you, I feel like the lion feels a bit like it's an influence as opposed to the overall energy. I feel like this could either be people around you or an aspect of yourself that is incorporated into this major energy. But this feels like the overall energy, and the lion feels like it's an aspect of your purpose and vibe within this energy, funnily enough. So Lion, this is King of Wands energy, which is about discernment in terms of timing. So remember, Wands rule the realm of the actions that we do or do not take around usually the work that we love to do or those interpersonal relationships that give us that sense of purpose and passion. But King of Wands is such a G, is because he knows exactly when to move, when to be still, when to say yes, when to say no, and what's going to be worth his time. So because of that, he never wastes time at all. He always has all the energy he needs because he has this direct line, this direct access to his instincts, right? It's intuition, but it's a little bit more instinct, where it's this primal animal knowing instinct of like, I know if someone offers me something or an opportunity comes up or whatever have you, I know. I do not second think it. I don't doubt it. I know what is going to be good for me and what is not. I know what's going to be worth my time and what is not. He is the king of the knowing when to pass and knowing when to say yes. Imagine him, he's one of the voices or one of the judges on The Voice or something. And he's always like, he never presses that button and turns his chair around unless that contestant is going to say, yes, I go with you. Every single time you turn, I don't know why that's coming through The Voice for somebody. Every time that chair turns, he's chosen as the judge, like as their given judge. Like it's that kind of like on the money timing and discernment. There's something about that. All right. Woo! Also, lion energy, of course, also equates to Leos as well. So you could definitely, most definitely, have some Leos in your atmosphere. Another aspect of Leo is being in the spotlight, being in the limelight, being a performer, entertainer, someone who is in the public eye in some way. Okay, let's see what's going on. What's going on? Ooh, yes. Okay, so I'm using the Akashic Tarot today, which I'm really obsessed with, and I'm just, every reading that goes by, I'm like, yes, this is why. So we have Archangel Gabriel here in the Akashic Tarot number 3. So this is really brilliant because, the Archangel Gabriel is all about communication, how you use your voice, and why are you here? What message do you have to share with the world, right? What is your message? What do you have to say? What say you? That's Archangel Gabriel. This usually comes up for anyone who's involved in entertainment. It's very similar to King of Wands or Lion energy. Anyone who's in the entertainment industry, anyone who does public speaking, anyone who has to speak in front of large groups of people is an aspect of their work or for fun or whatever it is. Anyone who's a teacher, counselor, mediator, actor, singer, anyone who uses their voice or has to communicate messages as a part of their passion and or as a part of their work. Writers, absolutely writers. I just heard someone go, what about writers for Gabriel as well? It's really about what message do you have to say, how do you say it, and why does it matter? I'm getting something very particular. So it's a very particular example, but it's coming through. So I was a part of a project where there was, a group of, it's a theater company, deciding what play to put on for the upcoming season. And the, person at the helm there, the would-be director said, I always like to ask myself, why this play and why now? And there's something about this coming in for you. Why this? Why now? Why this play? Why now? And what that means is, in terms of like what's going on in society, what's going on in the world, what's going on in ABC, XYZ shape, form, context, why does this play need to happen now? It's not an arbitrary thing, because theater is very much about medicine and healing and making a statement. You know, the theater is an act of, you know, social defiance in some context, right? It's an act of defiance. It's speaking up and saying something that matters, right? It's allowing others to see something from a different perspective and walk away knowing more or feeling differently than they did before. So there's something about this coming through for you, Pisces. And I'm getting that for you. Why this? Why now? What message do you have to give, or what are you doing in terms of your work or your mission statement or whatever it is? What is it? And what about it needs to happen now? There's an aspect of timing inherent in this. Because you see how this is a lot about timing with the King of Wands, Archangel Gabriel, and then we have the Dolphin here, which is all about joy and pleasure and excitement. It's really interesting. I feel like someone's going to be getting an opportunity here, and it feels like it's might feel like it comes out of nowhere, but it's not out of nowhere. Anyway, wait a minute. Oh, that's really weird. Oh, I just got shivers. At the bottom of the deck, it says, look at this, fated meeting. So at that Pancras station in London where the Eurostar comes in, there's this clock there too. And remember I said it was the two figures like embracing after? It's really weird. This kind of looks like that. Fated meeting in its time, the timing. It's interesting. Anyway, One of Forces. So this equates to an Ace of Wands, right? This is the Akashic field. You know, this directly speaks to your ability to just dip your hand into this field and pluck from it whatever it is that is aligned with your passions. This is the manifestational field with the Aurora Borealis here. This is saying that you are only limited by your own self-perceived limitations or your own thoughts of what you are not capable of. I'm really getting this strong feeling of the more that you're able to flip your perspective or you see yourself or what you do a bit differently, your growth potential is exponential, right? And it's only limited by how you see things going for yourself, for your own, you know, what is practical, what makes sense here, what's, you know, I feel like there's an opportunity to see something in a different way. And I feel like it's directly linked to some sort of opportunity that comes through. Now, this opportunity can be coming from another person, or it can be an opportunity because with the Akashic field and One of Forces, this is something that's directly connected to what you're here to do in this lifetime. So this could also be something that, especially with the Ace of Cups and Archangel Gabriel, can come in a dream, can come in a conversation about something else, can come, you're watching a movie and you're like, oh my God, that's what it is. Right? This feels like a big ticket item though, something that's very exciting to you. This could be, I'm just going to run through some examples here, starting your own theater company, getting into, you know, being a mediator, volunteering at a, you know, helpline, taking your hobby and turning it into something that, you know, you're so excited about it and you figure out, you have an idea about how to monetize it, right? Or how to expand it, right? There's something about how you see something, kind of flipping it and going, oh no, but this is actually, because I feel like a laughter here where it's like, no, actually, like this is, okay. Another example that's coming through. I feel like it's a trope, like, I feel like it's like from a certain like Hallmark movie scene, but here's an example. So someone makes cookies because they love to make cookies and it's, you know, all they're passionate about and they just love it. It's a family recipe and, you know, they tweaked it here and there and then they just give it out to the whole community every Christmas. And then this one bigwig comes into town from like the big city and tastes the cookie and goes, oh, I think there's an opportunity here. And the chef, the cook is like, no, it's just, you know, it's my Mima's cookie recipe. Nothing to it. I just make it because I like it. And the guy's like, no, I'm telling you, kid, you're going to go places. And then it turns into this like marketing thing. And suddenly these cookies, it's like, don't you want the world to eat these cookies? And then it just blows up out of something that was born of just pure joy and love. I know that's a bit like whack-a-mole. It's a bit like, what is she talking about? But that's what this feels like. Something that's born out of joy and passion that has the potential to exist on a much larger scale. Akashic field. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, so we got a reversal here, but I'm going to hold it in the upright for the purposes of the imagery. So this is really fascinating, Pisces. Like, let's talk about it. Also, I just looked at the timer and it's 11 minutes. 11 minutes, 11 seconds. Okay, 11. Eight of Scrolls, paths unknown. So look at this here. Do you see all these paths? We have this path leading up here. It's a bit of a shadowy path. We have this light-filled path. And then we have the path that's straight ahead. There's no, weeds or rocks or fallen trees. It's kind of straightforward. And we have this girl here with her, packet of scrolls of knowledge here, of choices, right? And going, which way do I go, right? The fact that this is in the reverse, when it's in the upright, it's about, to take a risk and do something a bit different and go down the paths because there's something unexpected waiting for you. It's very much Bilbo in The Hobbit. Well, I've been channeling that a lot today, where Gandalf comes and goes, do you want to take, go on this adventure? You're the person for the job. And he's like, no, I want to stay in my hobbit hole and eat my bread and cheese and live my life and smoke my pipe. But he ends up taking this adventure, this journey, and he ends up, because he went writing this book, and it's all of these things that happened as a result, right? So when this is flipped upside down, this could indicate that you are making choices. This is right in line with what we've said, that you are making choices that are a bit limited by your perception, by the information that you have, or by your certain patterns or belief systems, right? This really feels like you're in a position right now where in some way, shape, or form, just go with me on this, in some way, shape, or form, you have been choosing the safe road. And this is coming along to say, flip it. Look, there's another opportunity here. If you just look over this way, to try walking around this way, there's a potential here that is not overtly obvious, but you're being asked to kind of look at it through the lens of like, what do you do when time absolutely flies? That's that dolphin. That's that time, right? Marry it to the King of Wands, who can monetize anything, something that he's passionate about. He's able to take that and just like make that happen, right? So it's interesting here. Paths unknown. This is something that some aspect of you is either mastered in a past life or something that you are already innately good at or would be brilliant at. I don't feel like this is something that you're learning from the ground up. It really feels like something that you could just take it and go, oh my God, like this is what it is. This could even be like a line of work that's related to the work that you do now, but it's slightly different. Like someone going from, just going off this Leo energy, for an example, this could be someone who's, always been on the stage, but then they decide to, start, a side hustle or a side line of work because they really love reporting on, I don't know, celebrity happenings or something. And then that turns out to be something huge that turns around and gives them more of the acting work, whatever that is, right? It's something about following those tugs of passion and then allowing yourself to be genuinely surprised and open to where they might lead. And this is absolutely what we are talking about. Three of Pentacles with the Archangel Gabriel. Three of Pentacles is very much about the work that you do that you particularly are good at. This is the artisan key. This is the work that you do having long-lasting effects and it mattering in the world. Why this? Why now? Right? What's really interesting about this as well, if you look at this giraffe, you would never mistake this for any other animal, right? It's unique. And then you have the Archangel Gabriel here, which is about communication, your purpose, what you had to say, why this, why now. And then you have the work that you do that nobody else can do like you do it. Nobody else can look like a giraffe. Nobody else can reach to the top of this tree quite like this giraffe. What is it about your uniqueness, your charisma, your talent, your nerve, a la RuPaul there, right? What is it about you, right, that can set you above and beyond your current station that you can capitalize on? It feels a bit swarmy, speaking in those terms a little bit to me. It's a bit like, oh, capitalize on that. But that's what this feels like. It feels like there's a real opportunity here. And I feel like that guy in the Hallmark movie who's like, I'm going to make you a star. Like, but it really, it's very like, okay, Norma Desmond, are you ready for your close-up? But it does feel like that. it just, I have shivers. It feels like, and it's that excitement of being on the train platform. And remember, I saw you guys waiting to greet someone that you were really excited to see. That could be this new line here that you're holding on to and following through. It feels incredibly exciting. And then we have the Three of Wands, which is exactly what we're talking about with the One of Forces with the Ace of Wands. This is exactly what we're saying. So here's what's brilliant about this. Again, more wands here, right? Work that you love to do, that you're passionate about. But Three of Wands is very much about, and this is what differentiates it from the Two of Wands, that the Two of Wands is about, you know, making progress around your work, getting all the, you know, figures, the I's dotted, the T's crossed, you know, making steady progress, figuring it out as you go. Three of Wands is when other people start to notice your success and then start offering to get in on it, right? Like, hey, can I help promote you? Hey, can I help like produce this? Hey, can I help like buy a share in that company because I really believe in that app or whatever it is? This is when other people start to get on board to what you're doing. That scene in the Hallmark movie where the guy comes in and tastes the cookie and is like, oh, this is, can I like be your, you know, advertiser? Can I market you? Can I sign you onto my whatever roster and we're going to get you a cooking show and we're going to, because I, you know, you're brilliant, right? That's Three of Wands. These two wands together, all the work that you've done up into this point, whether that's like inherent or actualized, and the Three of Wands is actually someone else or a group of people going, oh, hey. This could be also acquiring an audience or acquiring a fan base or acquiring some sort, an agent, a manager, some sort of outside help that sees what you're doing and really believes in you. I'm seeing something funny. Lady Gaga, whenever she gives an interview, I've heard her say this like 1,000 million times, but she always says like, you could be in a room of 100 people and 99 could say no, but it only takes one person to say yes and believe in you. And that's what I'm getting for you. Like, that's what I'm getting, like, quite literally, right? Something about that. All right. It is Scrolls in Reverse. Oh, brilliant. I literally... So Temperance, right? Sagittarius energy. Now, why this is really, really brilliant is that, first of all, flamingos, they're the totem for performers or anyone who is in the limelight or in a position of being seen in the public. Hilarious how this is coming through. Anyway, but this is not just about anyone in the limelight. It's funny that this is like a common link coming through here. You know, Temperance is about balance, patience, timing, perspective, but this is also a highly spiritual energy here, which says that there's an aspect. Is this your only major? No, you have Archangel Gabriel here, but this is your major, your only like traditional major, right? Because the Akashic is kind of its own thing. It's interesting that Temperance is coming up here as your primary major because this is very much about spirit or divinity stepping in and going, hey, like there's something about where you are or what you're doing that is a direct part of your soul plan and why you're here. So that's why this is so auspicious with the Sagittarius energy here. You know, Sagittarius energy, because I do want to talk a bit about that. Sagittarians, when they're in alignment, are wonderful risk takers and they're very bold. They will grab the mic and just go for it. They will, you know, very much Bilbo in The Hobbit, like very much up for an adventure, trying something different, taking a risk, putting themselves out there. So it's really interesting with the paths unknown. We're saying flip this and switch up your course route, switch up the route that you take a little bit. So switch this up and expand your view of what's a potential for you moving forward. And then we have Sagittarius energy here, which says like, boom. Sagittarians are not satisfied on a core level. They are not satisfied with the status quo. And so it's really interesting that this is coming up here. I feel like Spirit is daring you to do something differently or to think big. It's really interesting how that's coming up. Let's do this oracle. Using the new deck today with the Akashic Tarot. I mean, it's not like a new deck, but it's something... It's a deck that I haven't used on here, I don't think. And I'm using this new oracle here, which is Stephen D. Farmer's Ancestor Oracle. I've really been living for it. Whoa. Okay. Ooh, on the bottom here we have fire, passion, back to that Sagittarius energy. Okay. So this is really interesting here because, can you see that? Okay. So we have mentor, coach. Interesting. Were we not talking about someone coming in or getting a kind of heads up on like what you're doing and coming in and being like, hey, let me help you out with this. Can I be a part of this, right? Remember that offer I was talking about? And then I also want to take this to like a spiritual place as well and seeing spirit coming in with this, you know, temperance here and going like, hey, I'm going to support you and inspire you and uplift you in this because it feels like this potential, this opportunity is directly linked to your soul purpose and why you're here. Let me let you in on a little something. When you have something that you are truly excited about and you don't care, like just like that lady making cookies in the small town in the movie of this reading. She wasn't making those cookies thinking about, you know, what's the profit margin. She gives them out for free to the local townsfolk. And then as a result of that passion, it turned into something else, right? When you are that excited about something that you literally don't care if you ever make money at it or don't care if if it ever blows up in any surge, you don't have a specific outcome in mind with it. You just love to do it that much. You just love to be in it that much. You just are that passionate about it. That is vortex energy. And that is an aspect of this mentor cube, the coach, that asks you to look at that and go, what is that for you? Do more of it. I feel like that's what this is saying. And I feel like it's something you are inherently good at. Maybe you've trained at it. Maybe you haven't. But it's something that you are good at. And the world wants and needs more of it. Tapping back into that dolphin joy of it, right? This could even surprise you. Maybe for some of you, it's like, no, I know what it is. But others, you could be called to something that's very different, like a metaphysical path. And you're like, God, I never thought as an accountant that, you know, these, I don't know, like sage oils that I make in my basement on every Sunday morning would like turn it. It's something that's a bit funny or unexpected or something along those lines, right? But it's really brilliant. It feels incredibly powerful, Pisces, and directly when we saw wish fulfillment as well. This is something that's an opportunity here for you to engage in something that could be incredibly fulfilling, but also lead to a source of success for you. That's going to feel like happy birthday indeed. That's what this feels like, okay? Really, 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 really brilliant, Pisces. Woo! That being said, I'm wishing you a most happy and blessed first half of May. Thank you guys so much as always for being here. And most of all, and as always, of course, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.